In today's video, we're going to show you how to train a puppy or a dog, not just how to swim, but love swimming, and probably more importantly, if they were to fall in the pool, show you how to prevent your dog from drowning. Let's get into it. So some of you might already be putting in the comments that all dogs know how to swim naturally. Couldn't be further from the truth. First off, there's dog breeds like French Bulldogs and English Bulldogs that if they fall in the pool, they're sinking to the bottom of the pool like a rock.
Hey, pick him up, pick him up. Pick him up.
Then there's all the other dog breeds who can kind of doggy paddle, but it's more panic swimming at best. They're gonna get really tired, they're gonna be really stressed out, and if you have kids in the pool or you're in the pool, they're gonna scratch you all up in a panic trying to get saved because they think they're drowning. So what we're gonna show you in this video is a way to teach them to swim smooth like Mr. Thanos here. Notice, there's no splashing, there's no panic. He just swam from that side of the pool to this side of the pool naturally, gracefully. It didn't start out that way. We had to show him the right way, the proper mechanics, which we're gonna show you in this video. All right, so some of the tools you're gonna need is a leash and a flat collar, in this case a slip lead, and I also have a treat pouch here with some high value treats. Now, some dogs, you get this close to the pool, their food drive completely shuts down. You can also have a tennis ball or their favorite toy to try to entice them. We're also bringing out the big guns, which is what we would call model rival theory, which is other dogs, just him seeing other dogs in the pool is gonna naturally make him inquisitive, like, oh, you can go in the pool? Well, I can too. So it's really important to show you how this first step happens, pretty critical. I wouldn't even come right out and try to get him in the first step. I would just get them comfortable right here. The splashing, you going in, letting them know it's okay. Now you're gonna see he's like, man, I ain't going in that water. But if he wants the good stuff, he's gotta take the step. Once he takes that first step, we're gonna say you gotta continue to do that if you wanna get paid. Now what you don't want him to do is to go head first underwater. He's gonna go, no, 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 this is dangerous, I'm gonna drown. We're not trying to rush this. We wanna do this in maybe over 10 or 15 minutes, and you'll see as we progress from here. So step one, literally, step one, complete. Looking pretty good. Step two, literally and figuratively, is coming up. I just want him to go a little deeper. I got my helper back here, Miss Alora. Just a touch of leash pressure. Now, if your dog doesn't understand leash pressure, it's not gonna help you. It's actually gonna backfire on you. He happens to have a background in leash pressure, meaning we've taught him forward leash pressure. So just a touch of leash pressure to encourage him to go forward and kind of trap him and say, well, you can't go backwards, so there's only one place to go, which is forward. This is the last step he takes. The next one, he's swimming. This is a critical moment. I want you to see how we handle this. We're gonna support him here and in the undercarriage, and we're just gonna bring him right in. Now you see how he's not panicking right off rip? This is the way to introduce it. If I just threw him in, he'd be straight panic swimming, his head would go underwater, and notice I'm actually supporting him a ton. The trick when supporting a dog like this is to have their chest and also their back end up a little bit. We wanna teach them proper mechanics. When they start to panic, I'm just gonna lift them straight out of the water. Right? We're saying that's not how to swim. Now, before we get too deep, he's got to know that that's the safe way out. So now I'm kind of letting him do his thing. Look at that, smooth. It couldn't have gone any better. That's the right way, meaning we're not gonna develop any bad habits to start with. I'm telling you, if you just throw him in, he's just gonna panic swim, splashing all over. Notice we had almost no splashing. There was like one little kick at the end here. Now I get it, folks. Learning how to train your dog for the first time can be a little awkward at first. It's a lot like wearing a Speedo for the first time. It's a little awkward at first until you just jump right in, and then it's all about confidence. Now, speaking of confidence, that's exactly where we come in. If I have the confidence to stand in front of social media wearing a freaking Speedo, then you should definitely have the confidence to raise and train your puppy from the comfort and privacy of your own home. Now, that's exactly how we help you out, but all you gotta do is subscribe, baby, because we got the best free content available anywhere on YouTube. Now, if you wanna fast track your success, all you gotta do is head on over to DIYcanine.com, and that's where we have our secret sauce, baby. Industry-leading courses that are guaranteed to help you raise and train any dog or puppy, any age, any breed, any temperament, to be the best that they can be. If nothing else, we're gonna at least show you how to work the leash like nobody's business. We'll see you there, and back to the video. Come on, Thanos. So let's just test and see where he's at. Coming in really nice on his own. Little bit of leash pressure help. Here to support his head again. And that's it, man. We're kind of checking, like, look, is he swimming proper? Yes, he is. Look at, man, he's like a little manatee in the water. Beautiful. If they're still splashing, you just, again, come in underneath and support them as needed. You don't even have to move with them. You can literally just sit here and let them swim like in a static position and just hold it. Look at him swimming. It's not going anywhere, but we're checking those mechanics. And that little bit of work early on has paid off a lot. Blocking those front paws from coming up too high. Helping him support his ass to let him know, like, this is how you swim. You don't swim with your butt down. You don't do this panicky stuff. You have to get yourself up. You see the difference? Now you wonder how dogs fall in the pool. Look at this nonsense. But it's a good experiment if you will. Does your dog know how to get out of the pool? Now, she's gonna go back for her ball before she gets out of the pool. She says, man, I got plenty of time to go back, get my ball, and go this way. Now, I know that seemed a little mean, but you actually have to, when your dog's ready for it, do this to your dog, because generally speaking, if you throw them in here, their natural tendency is to spin around and try to get out this way. So you have to find opportunities to literally toss them in. If you don't do the tossing and you're not there to confirm and help them to get out the right way, then what you could have is a dog that falls in when you're not around to help them. They're gonna spend all their energy trying to get out this way. Most dogs do not have the upper body strength to pull themselves out of the pool, and they're gonna drown right here. Thought about coming out the wrong way, says, you know what? There's a better way. You can sleep easy at night knowing your dog knows how to get out no matter how they might fall in. All right, important thing to remember, just because you get started doesn't mean you want to hammer out 50 reps of going in. They get really tired. They're exerting a ton of energy, especially if it's their first or second time swimming. They're really not good at it. So they're just gonna be exhausted. Give them a break. When we come back, it's gonna be step 4, where we actually have to switch to a different tool. We're gonna use a leash and a prong collar, and we'll tell you why. All right, so now we switched to the 2.25 millimeter Herm Springer. We gave him a little break so he's not gassed. Reason I want the prong collar is a couple of reasons. Number 1, we already see him starting to drink water. We wanna knock that out early. And number 2, we may use it on this rep or the next one, where if he tries to swim somewhere he's not supposed to go, we can give gentle leash pressure guidance with this tool and kind of say, that's not the way, this is the way. Everything in dog training is always as little help as possible, as much as needed. So let's see how much he needs. We're also going to use this tool to help guide him into the water. Now, a little bit of leash pressure. Now, if the dog tries to panic like that or back out, you don't give into that BS. You don't do it, you just lock out. They'll learn quickly, well, I can't get out that way, I can't do this, I can't do that. The only way to turn the pressure off is to go forward. That's kind of leash pressure 101. Now we'll do it again and see if he thinks better on it. Look at that, already better, because we didn't give into the BS earlier. Now he's making this decision on his own. I'm just gonna support him. Beautiful. Little tap on the prong if he goes to drink the water. Now you notice they naturally try to swim towards you, so you want to watch out because those claws will bang you up real quick. Anytime he drinks the water, a little tap on the prong to say, bad idea, my man. And now I'm going to let him figure it out. That's the way out. Not bad. Look at that, not even in a panic to get out. He's like, hey man, that's not so bad. Very successful, very successful. He's doing great. So this is how dogs drown. He's gonna spend a ton of energy trying to get out this way. He's gonna scratch up his paws. He'll be bleeding, ingest a lot of water. It's not gonna be good. As you can see, he's not even a really heavy dog and he is struggling to get out. It looks like he's just chilling. He's doing a basic pull-up and just holding it. You try to hold a pull-up for 30 seconds and see how you feel after that. Look how exhausted he's gonna get. This is not gonna get better, this is only gonna get worse from here. If we let him continue, he thinks there's hope this way. I don't want him to think there's hope this way, because there's not. This is a sure path to drowning in the pool. Instead, what we will do, that's not the way. That's not the way. That's not the way. This is the way. Bad idea, bad idea. You can't get out that way. He needs to learn the path of least resistance is this way. He will learn much faster that way. I don't want him to ever think that that's the way out. I don't even want him to have one successful rep getting out that way. I want him to know that that's always a fail. This is the only way you pass. Now here's the bonus. Once your dog knows how to swim and loves swimming, this is a fantastic way to tap into that prey drive and get all of that energy out, even on a hot ass summer day. Let's show Miss Zena showing off her skills. Yes. Now, what's interesting to note is you have yet to see Thanos or Xena try to get out of the pool any other way but on one end or the other, because it's the only way to get out of this pool. That's one way out, this is another way out. All right, final step of the process is the very next one, but we gotta give these dogs a little bit of a break before we dive into the most important part of the process. But while we do, we might as well take some time to show you 3 important health and safety tips that are gonna help you anytime you have your dog swimming in the pool. Starting with probably the most important one, they're gonna get all kinds of nasty pool water deep down in their ear. Now, I don't know about you, but I've never seen a dog stick a Q-tip down in their ear and get all that water out. Nor have I seen them do the hokey pokey and try to get all that water out. Meaning, if you don't get it out the way we're gonna show you right now, in no time flat, they're gonna have an ear infection, which is gonna cost a lot of money at the vet and take a lot of time to fix. What we just did right now is we took a cap full of alcohol and dropped it right down in her ear. We're gonna rub it around. Now, it's not gonna burn unless there's some kind of sore down there or a cut, which is cause for concern. After we put a cap full of alcohol in there, we're gonna take a jumbo-sized cotton ball or whatever size works for you, stick it down in there. Not too deep, y'all.
That's what she said.
And spin it around a little bit and kind of scoop out that water, but also looking for any funk, any dirt, any earwax. This is a great time to clean your dog's ears anyways, but most importantly, that alcohol is going to help evaporate any water that might be sitting in there. Tip number 2 is, look, I don't care how much you're monitoring them, they're going to be ingesting a ton of water. You want to make sure you have nice, clean, fresh water out of a bowl for them to drink so they're not ingesting the salt water or the chlorine or whatever's in your pool. I'm telling you now, that's going to upset their digestive tract really quickly, and you're going to have a blowout in your living room that your wife's never going to forgive you about.
Oh, that's a big boy, isn't he?
Let's make sure they're drinking nice, clean water. Now, when it comes to drinking that water, there's something else you want to think about. No matter whether they're drinking pool water or fresh water, there's actually such a thing called water toxicity, where if your dog drinks so much water, their brain will start to swell and they can actually die within hours of drinking too much water. It's very scary, it's very rare, but it does happen. They can also get bloat from drinking so much water, jumping in the pool, romping around, and we want to avoid that. It's very deadly. Let's keep an eye on how much your dogs are exerting themselves. It's very unlikely they're going to get heat stroke from jumping in and out of the pool, but they will literally swim themselves to death, some of these dogs. You know the ones I'm talking about, those Belgian Malinois, all those working dogs, herding breeds, they will go buck crazy. There is such a thing as too much of a good thing, so maybe you want to call it quits after maybe 30 minutes, 60 minutes. You know your dog better than me, but let's go ahead and put a cap on it, put them up, let them rest, and save some room for later. Let them have fun on the very next trip. Don't overdo it, folks. You can really hurt your dog if they overexert themselves. Final and most important step of the day is teaching your dog how to get out of the pool should they fall in and you're not around to guide them. So you're gonna start pretty close to the shallow end there, and you don't wanna throw them in. You want to toss them in as gently as you can, but the key to success is to have the leash on. Should they panic or start swimming the wrong way, you can guide them. Now, he did wonderful on that execution, and you would think, boom, check, he's got it, it's perfect. No, dogs are really smart. They can also be kind of stupid. Point being, he knows how to get out there, but does he know how to get out on this side, on that corner, on that corner? So you want to test it from basically 360 in the pool. We're going to go ahead and show him on this side, but this time we're going to throw in a little bit of a reward should he do a great job. It's always a great time if your dog's toy motivated to start bringing out exciting things to make it worth their while, to let them know there is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. It also encourages them to go out the right way. Let's see how he does here. Boom, nice reward there, good job. Now, having said all of that, the most important thing of the day to do is share this video with everyone you know so that we can help save dogs from drowning in the pool. The next thing you want to do for yourself is subscribe to this channel, because we have a buttload of videos that are all designed to help you raise and train your dog to be the best that they can be. And last but not least, if you want to get your dog to be amazing, the best trained dog in your entire neighborhood or town, I highly suggest you check out our suite of online courses available at DIYK9.com, where they are 100% guaranteed to help you train the best dog you could ever ask for. We'll see you there. Good job, buddy. You did all right.